Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New stadium. Or, I guess, concept. So it says Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the outside of this. If you guys can't tell, this is the practice facility we're using for this map. For this stadium. And again, yes, it's a little bit different than the typical stadium for the Buccaneers. Kind of a little janky just because of how it's set up with Madden. Like some sides you look at just won't render in correctly, and it's kind of like weird. It's purple, which it isn't supposed to be purple. So again, disregard some of it, but this is pretty much the nutshell of what this stadium is. You have bleachers right here. You have a set of 4 different bleachers right here. You have your suites up here, which also does consist of different bleachers, but it's a little bit underneath of the top bleachers. So you're kind of shielded in a way. You have 4 different suite buildings. So you have each corner right here. You have a suite building, which has its own little floors. It has its own little balcony, balconies. On the left-hand side, same concept as well, which of course you can just go ahead and sit on your balcony and watch the actual game. This side, again, like I said, just didn't render in, but it's exactly the same as the other side. So it's a pretty simplistic stadium. All 4 corners here you have is your little suite and balconies. And then you have your bleachers on both sides here. On the far side on each one. And then 4 sets of bleachers on either side. And again, color scheme wise, I wouldn't go with this color scheme. Sadly, we can't remove the actual lights of the practice facility map. Again, like I said, limitations are a thing. So kind of just have to go with what we can go with, which is, you know, working around Madden. But I mean, again, like I said, not a bad concept. Not a bad idea, you know, if one day in the far, far future. What is that? I think it's like a practice thing. If they do go ahead and upgrade the stadium, you know, it's a possibility. Definitely is. It's one of those situations where it kind of feels a little cramped. And that's what I will say I don't really love about the concept/idea. It just feels very, very cramped. Like, yes, the suites are insanely big, but usually suites in most football stadiums aren't really that crazy because a lot of people will go ahead and buy the ticket seats. Like, for example, the bleacher seats, for example, these seats right here. That's why usually most stadiums hold 75,000 people in the bleacher seats, while they're going to go ahead and hold only a certain amount in the suites. Because suites, again, there's only so many people who are going to buy suites, in all honesty. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But again, not a bad concept. Definitely want to, you know, kind of keep pushing this whole, you know, futuristic type designs onto Madden and see which one actually works out well. Some of them so far have worked out looked very, very good in the end. Not all of them, though, and I will definitely say this one, for what it is, I think it works, but it's definitely, you know, a concept. I will say I don't know if it would get past the planning stage. I do like the size of the building, though. I think the size of the building actually works out pretty damn well. It's a humongous building. Again, for the practice facility map, it does take up a good majority of this area. And of course, again, I would guess, if I had to like take a random guess here, from just the bleacher seats, I would assume that this would house like 50,000 people, which again, like I said, normal NFL stadiums usually 75,000. So maybe 50,000 in the end here, which is such a small amount compared to other stadiums. The suites alone, I mean, if you think of it like each of these is separate suites, like each window and balcony is separated, and you can see there is like a little divider between each balcony. Maybe you could sell like a solid like 2,000 tickets that way. Again, it really comes down to your clientele and what you think your fans are going to buy. Are they going to buy the suite access, or are they going to actually want to buy the bleachers? Which the bleachers, again, just very small across the board. But shout out to that fact, guys, and shout out to you guys for hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are indeed new. We're going to continue these crazy, crazy stadium ideas and futuristic concepts, but we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium in Madden 25. Peace.